Hello, VNTV. Thank you for joining us for the latest installment of the KDT Optometry Show. And I want to re-welcome our featured guest, Jen Flynn. She was in our episode talking about her beautiful orphanage, Mary's House in Da Nang, Vietnam. And today we're mixing it up. We're actually talking about financial stability and ways to achieve that. So right. Jen, thank you for joining us again. And if you can say a few words to get us started.
Sure, thanks for having me.
Oh, definitely.
Great to be here. Yeah, my intention today is for people to really learn about land as an alternative investment so they can support their financial future.
I see.
Because everybody seems to be worried about retiring with enough money or how long do I have to work before I can travel or take time off. So planning now for your finances in the future is super important.
Exactly. Well, we live in San Diego where
it's not,
right, 500,000 even hard to get you a condo nowadays.
Right,
so
right.
It's all about just finding ways to live a better life, to give back to society, to make things work.
That's right.
Not within yourself, but also for humankind.
Yeah.
And so if you can talk about our first thing was land acquisition, correct?
Right.
So what exactly are we talking about here?
What we're talking about is purchasing land that's in the path of development.
Okay.
So that's land banking, buying land that's in the path of development where you can see buildings a quarter to 3 miles away from you, housing, roads, that sort of thing, but it's not built right there yet.
Oh, okay.
So like if you were going to buy in San Diego, you'd be paying $1 million or more per acre.
Exactly.
Because you can just pitch a little pebble and hit a building. But where I'm able to get land is North LA County and North Kern County, where it's further away from development, but development is imminent.
I see.
So it's not a matter of if this would sell,
but when.
I see. That's right.
But I guess my main concern is, what if you invest in land that turns into a swamp? Is that a possibility, or?
Well, it's a really good question. If you do your own kind of research on the internet, I tell people buyer beware.
Yeah.
But I work for a broker that's got 40 years of experience exclusively in Southern California. So we have all the old city maps of where the underground water tunnels are, where the roads were going to be built, and now they're being built. Infrastructure's now coming off of Route 14, and they're expanding freeways.
I see.
So we take all of this information and we apply it, kind of lay the maps over top of each other. We also look at where the train tracks are, where population growth is, affordable housing. So there's all these factors that we use to acquire land so it doesn't turn out to be swamp land.
You don't want,
right.
You don't want to buy all this land.
Exactly.
Oh no, the swamp man's coming.
Right.
We don't want none of that, right?
Yeah.
So you're talking about northern Los Angeles?
Yeah, about an hour and a half northeast of LA. Okay, Antelope Valley.
Antelope Valley.
Lancaster and Palmdale are two of the cities. Plus in northern Kern County, what's happening out there, I don't know if you've paid attention to the green technology boom in California, right?
Huge.
So we're lowering our carbon emissions. We have solar panels on our homes and businesses. A lot of people are driving electric cars. Where does that power come from? It comes from the sun, right? So out here we've got a lot of open space where we can put thousands and thousands of acres of solar panels. And they're generating a ton of gigawatts of power now, and these solar companies need more land. So myself and my investors have land that these solar companies, once they're up and running, they're profitable just like that.
Exactly.
Because they're selling every megawatt they generate to LA. And then they need more property, they buy it from us at a premium. That's when we make our money, after we've held it for a little bit.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the famous movie I like, Life's like a box of chocolates. So it's kind of like we never know what we want to get, but to have, that land turn to something really profitable.
Yeah.
Because that's the key to life, right? Just be able to live a comfortable living, do the things you enjoy.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
It seems like you obtained that really well.
I did, and I started buying property in 2009. It was right after the big stock market crash in 2008.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so the market crashed in 2008, and anybody that had money in mutual funds, I'm sure, was hit hard. And I wanted to recover my losses and then get ahead.
Sure.
So a friend of mine introduced me to land banking, and I took a look at it. What I liked about it is I didn't have to manage any tenants, no structure. This is just dirt. So I now, since 2009 till now, I've bought 14 properties, actually 15, because I've sold one. So I have a array, a portfolio, you know, so I've got
dirt land.
It's just land,
But
yeah.
it can be,
I've got land that's going to be used for solar. I've got land that's going to be used for housing and commercial space and light industrial. So that's how I've diversified my own portfolio.
I see.
And the entry point when I started in 2009 was $25,000.
Nice.
So I put 25 grand into a property, and over time you sell it and flip it, and make more money, then you can buy bigger pieces of property.
You had mentioned you recently sold a piece?
Yeah.
And how'd that go?
Yeah, I bought that property in 2011. It was right off the 215 freeway in Paris, California, where all those massive warehouses are being built.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was acquired 8 years after I bought it. And I bought it for $4 a square foot.
Nice.
And I sold it for $15 a square foot.
Not bad.
So I was pretty happy about that.
4 times investment return.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
right.
awesome.
Yeah,
that's
and
awesome.
here's the most awesome piece of that is that money was in my IRA. So all the profits went back into my IRA.
Nice.
No tax.
Beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, and that's one thing people don't know about investing in land is if you've got cash, great, you can invest in cash. But if you have money in your IRA, you can move it to a self-directed IRA company, and they let you buy a whole array of things.
How could someone who's interested learn more about this, or contact you, or how does it work?
Best way, you know, the internet offers a whole bunch of information, but it's from, you know, a variety of places.
You can't trust everything.
Yeah, my intention is to educate people.
Yes.
So I would much rather people contact me directly. They can go to my LinkedIn site. I'll give you that address.
We'll have that,
they can contact me on Facebook.
Sure.
I'm a very avid proponent of posting really great news about housing, millennials moving to this area.
Yes.
What to be aware of in the stock market, etc.
Yeah, you shared with me several very, very good articles.
Yeah, so it's all educational, you know, so people can reach out to me directly, and I'm happy to chat with them on the phone. And if they're serious, what I'll do is I'll give them a free class, 45 minutes to 60 minutes, educate them on the pros and cons of land banking, because the downsides of land banking are there's no cash flow right away,
that's true.
unless you sell a property that's actually going to be leased in the future. But this is for people with patient money.
Yes.
This is not for everybody.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm happy to talk to anybody and educate them on the opportunities, and then, you know, they can have a secure future like I have.
Yeah, because you had mentioned previously before with real estate during our private conversation. With real estate, it's the land that goes up. It's the property goes down.
That's right.
So that's
right. Because if you think about it, there's a structure on the real estate, right? That gets older and older, so that depreciates.
Yes.
The land, however, people are buying land all around it, so it becomes scarce, so that appreciates.
Which reminds me, I was recently in Horton Plaza downtown. Right, it used to be growing up. That was like the place to go. Remember, thriving, a lot of community shops, a lot of good energy. Now it's like a ghost town.
Exactly.
But from what I understand, they're using that land to build.
Yeah.
Right. They're going to tear everything down, but that's prime real estate right there.
It is.
That is right.
Location.
Oh my gosh.
It's the same thing with dirt. You know, you want to be near a freeway or power lines for the solar properties that I sell. They're right underneath or very close to power lines. So when those massive solar facilities come online, they can plug into the grid and be sending power down to LA and Lancaster and other surrounding cities.
That's great, because you had mentioned that you use your financial gains to fund your Mary's house.
That's right.
Right, your orphanage in Vietnam.
Right.
As a previous episode, we talked about how wonderful of it. You know, that you. How long have you had it? No?
The Mary's house we opened in 2011.
2011. Okay.
Yeah, and land banking, you know, it's. I have my real estate license, so I sell the real estate. That's how I make some money, and then I've sold the property and make money, and I've set up my future, you know, with these properties that are going to mature over time. And my vision is that while I'm alive, I'll have money to keep funding Mary's House and other charities. And then after I'm gone, I'll have a legacy that can keep funding those things that are really important to me.
Not only are you building it for right now, you're building for, you know, years after we're gone.
Right.
You're building a legacy for yourself and your family, and to leave something of significance behind.
That's right.
Right. That's beautiful.
That's right.
Thank
you. That's what we're here for, right? Is to make a difference for people.
Make a difference. Yeah. But you obviously have found your purpose. Right?
I have.
You have.
Yeah.
Because I live my life according to the 4 P's I've mentioned before. You have your purpose. You definitely have passion. That's no doubt. You're persistent.
Right.
You don't give up.
You
right?
have to be
You're fierce. I can see in your eyes.
That's right.
The last thing is the passion.
Yeah.
Right. you have all. No, I'm sorry. You mentioned positivity.
Positivity.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the 4 P's: the passion, persistence, purpose, and positivity.
Yeah,
and you have that to a T.
It's kind of easy in this business because I like to have people be happy and be secure in their investments.
Sure.
And one thing about land is it's not subject to what's happening globally. You know, with the coronavirus or with a war in the Middle East or Brexit, none of that impacted my land portfolio.
That's right. Land stays there. The dirt stays the same.
That's right.
Barring a huge Godzilla coming.
Exactly.
Godzilla or some catastrophic. But we don't have tornadoes. Actually, if it was a tornado, it doesn't matter anyway.
No.
Actually, the only thing that can affect your land is if earthquake and it splits the land in half.
Well,
then that might be a problem.
But
I don't think that's happening.
In.
Yeah. It won't be happening in our generation.
No, it won't.
But I want you to briefly, because we talked about land acquisition, and I just love your energy. If you could share with the audience just a few pearls of wisdom on what really gets you going in life.
Oh, that's a great question.
I would love for you to share that.
You know, I love being with people.
You do.
So yeah,
you do.
I really do. I feed off of other people's energy, and I like to help people.
Yep.
You know, I've assisted at Landmark for over 6 years, so I led seminars for that company. I like to do these free classes on land banking for people to learn about investing.
Yes.
I used to be a financial planner for MetLife, so I was educating people there.
Yeah, so you knew,
and even in my own community, I've kind of created like a neighborhood group, and we have dinners together, and we have a block party, and I think there's a lot of synergy in humanity, you know, and when you put yourself out there to meet people, give, and then you get, you know, so.
Yeah, life's about giving and taking, right?
Exactly.
It's that balance. If you give too much, that's not good. If you take too much, but if you give more than you can take, that's the best way, right? I always I'm myself was a work in progress. I was born more of a taker, but I'm trying to give back more because.
And you do.
I'm trying to.
I think you do a really good job
I'm really
of that.
trying to. So I want to mention real quick. Have you ever read The Alchemist by Pablo
Yes, I have.
That's actually one of my
book.
favorite books. I want to quote. It's not word for word, but there's a quote in there talking about if there's something you want badly enough, the universe will conspire to make it happen for you.
I
love that. That's meaning. You know, if you really want something, go after it. Don't give up.
That's right.
Take what's yours because life is not going to be given to us anything. Nothing is given to us in life.
That's right.
We have to earn it, take it, hard work. You know, nothing can't be achieved if we truly believe in that.
Yeah.
Right?
And I say don't be afraid of hard work because then you get to play hard. So you get the
You
reward after that, you know?
Yes.
It's all good. Yeah.
So we want to conclude the show. I'm going to have you share one more pearl of wisdom. And what would you say? I know you want to talk about the you mentioned leaving the legacy.
Yep.
And then because in the grand scheme of things, we're here for a reason.
Yeah.
Right? And if you could just mention that real quickly.
Yeah, I think
conclude.
you know, what's the point of being here? It's not to go to work every day so you can pay your mortgage and pay the car payment and do things like that.
But that's 99% of us.
Right. And it's a hamster wheel type of mentality. So there's some of that that's required.
Yes, of course.
But then really, I think that we're put on the planet for a purpose, and the purpose, I believe, is to make a difference.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, you use your passion and your purpose. What do you want to make a difference in? What field? Is it medicine, like yourself? Is it broadcasting? You know, for me, it's educating people on their options for their financial future, which is a huge point of stress for a lot of people.
Oh, it's huge.
You know,
Very
so
huge.
if I can minimize people's stress and help them plan for their future, whether it's paying for their kids' college or retirement or whatever, I think I've achieved my goal.
That's great.
Yeah, thank
you.
you.
So in the grand scheme of things, you know, I always say happiness is the ultimate prize, right? To have joy and happiness in your heart, there's no greater feeling. And then to be able to help people achieve that is a great feeling as well.
Yeah.
So Jen, I really appreciate you coming on and sharing your pearls of wisdom and throwing it down for us.
Thanks, Khoa.
And let's, we're going to give you information if you want to learn more about the land acquisition. Jen will be happy to help, and I definitely want to learn more as well.
Great. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, VNTV, for your support, and we look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you.